Cool.
There you go, Latte.
We're executing. That's one thing. But when you constantly pull the same dumb shit, it's obviously not working. When you're still pulling the dumb shit, what the fuck are you doing?
Do nothing about this. You can't. It starts with the offense. 26-9. We only put up field goals. We're getting locked down with Rashid Shaheed, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. We have Kamara back, and we're not making concepts for neither one of our main guys. It's like you're just choosing plays. You're ignoring the run game. Now you're going to run start percolating and you run away from it.
Get out now!
Trav, it's not the quarterback. Get the quarterback out the gutter. You could tell.
It's a play calling,
Welcome to a new episode of the Loose Cannons. I'm your boy Sammer, hanging out with Poppy Latte and Stank Bastard on this Victory Monday, rocking the victory shades, coming in off an amazing, electric win in New Orleans in the Bayou over the not our rivals. Latte, Stank. I got a lot of my stuff off my chest last night on the Bleacher Report stream, so boys, how's it feel?
You look like you have like post-nut clarity right now. You got to get it all out. You had a whole half hour in front of Bleacher Report just
everywhere
explode. And we had to just sit here and just oh man, it's just been a great, I don't know how many hours it's been. 15, 16 hours, however long it's been since the game ended. Ah, man. Hey, Latte, how's your coffee taste this morning, bro?
My cup of latte was amazing, but Sammer said not to, but I'm sorry. It's just too good.
Patrick Mahomes on this team. It ain't gonna fucking matter.
By the way, these are Saints fans.
This is a
Saints podcast that we're
listening. It ain't gonna fucking matter. So get that fucking shit out of there.
You can't blame quarterback.
We fucking suck.
Yes, you do.
They're not taking it very well.
You do. You do.
Yeah,
it's a dark place right now. It was already a shit show and a filthy, disgusting, just smelly place. And now their football team's not even winning games.
I got a DM from a Saints fan.
Huh? Did you hear Kamara? Did you see Kamara?
Oh, he was pissed.
Yep. No, but did you hear what he said? He said 2 years ago and he stopped himself. When we just had the offense rolling, bro. When you had broke shoulder Breeze, is that what you mean? Bye, Saints fans. A dark place to be.
I mean, last time we saw him 2 years ago was in that playoff game. So I thought that was good memories too, man. I agree with Saints fan. 2 years ago was an awesome memory in New Orleans. That was awesome. Go ahead.
I mean, we did you see Godwin's clip? They're on the sidelines, him and Devin White talking. Godwin's like, division runs through us now. That's 3 in a row. Like, this is a big reality check for Saints Nation. Like, they really, really believed that they were going to dominate us. It was going to be ugly. They were going to send us back to the doldrums of the NFC South. They believed it with all their heart. They had so much conviction. And I got a DM from a very well-known Saints fan, not Jono, who graciously came on here in front of the firing squad. Unfortunately, Latte couldn't make it, but I give him credit for coming in and getting smacked around a little bit. But I got a DM from another Saints fan. And all
was it Soul
Saint? I'm sorry. That's all it said. They
apologized?
He apologized. I'm sorry.
Right. Rule number 1 right here. When you trash talk, you never apologize after or before or during. It doesn't matter what you say. I mean, if you cross the line, you can apologize in that moment. But if you don't do anything that crosses the line and you just talk regular smack, you can never go back and apologize. Because once you do that, that is it. It is over from that point forward. No matter what you say, moving forward will be taken not with a grain of salt, but basically it turns into ice cream. It goes from smack talk to, here you go, have a popsicle on me. Thanks so much. Like, it don't work. It's over.
We've talked about this a lot. We talk a lot of shit. So, inherently comes the shit storm after we don't live up to the hype. It's happened many, many times where you see how much shit we talk, and they are just frothing at the mouth, ready to unload on us, and it happens. And so you just gotta take that shit and roll with it, and double down and double down and double down. They're
or
not
just
used,
mute,
just not
or
used
just
to
mute,
this.
or just mute your notifications for 48 hours. Like
You could do that. I don't know. We're just built different here. I think we, as Bucs fans, we've suffered it in a different way. Like we were actually the laughing stock of all sports, especially the older Bucs fans. The laughing stock of all sports, like fucking Tonight Show would throw in how terrible we were as a franchise. So you can't hurt me. You can never hurt me. You know, you can't hurt me more than I've hurt myself. That's where we come from, the real bottom. So yeah. But Saints fans, they're not ready for this, especially the new era Breeze Saints fans. They don't know what's coming, bro.
They're soft.
The ones that didn't know. The ones that didn't know. So listen, last night I got to, like I said, I got a lot of this off my chest, and I haven't talked to you guys today. I've kept it clean because I don't want to do the pod before the pod. So I got to know from each of you guys, how important was it for the Bucs to bounce back from that Eagles game, and what you guys saw from them watching that game in New Orleans, massive division matchup. Like, Latte, we'll go with you first because I like your voice a lot more than Stank, and most of the time Stank doesn't make anything that's a legitimate point in any shape or form or manner. So Latte, with you,
What did I see?
Talk about how massive it was for them to bounce back, and if they had to bounce back.
I don't think they had to bounce back. Let's relax. We played the class of the NFC. Everybody was freaking the fuck out. Everybody take a collective breath like we told you. Relax. We're still learning the offense. I think Canales said it earlier, and so did Baker, that we're not even like halfway through this playbook. They said it might be like mid-season, which was the end of the season by the time we have the entire playbook installed. So just breathe, number one. Number two, what I saw out there, me, was a quarterback with a lot of fuck you. I also saw a defense with a massive chip on their shoulder. This is twice now. Right? Happened with Winston. This defense was out there. You heard Devin. You heard some of the guys chirping like, man, if we didn't turn the ball over, we might be more successful. In comes Tom, because I keep hearing Tom the savior, and we're thankful. Thank you, Tom. We got a Super Bowl. Thank you. But somebody just put in the chat earlier, we're starting to realize that maybe this team is a little better than people thought. And maybe Tom didn't carry this team, but maybe it was a little equal weight distribution here. You know what I mean? You have a fucking Super Bowl defense. And then the entire league, when Tom left, the entire league turned their backs on us. A forgotten fucking franchise. We're going for Caleb Williams, which, by the way, he announced today with NIL. He's not coming to Tampa. He wants to go to other teams. The Niners, Las Vegas. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that guy. We got a quarterback. But anyways, the entire league turned their back on us.
What brought our name up into the whole thing?
What happened?
What brought our name up into? We're 3-1. What is he talking about? Why are we coming? Why are we in his mouth?
But anyways, they had us picking Caleb Williams, and we're going 2-15. We're going to suck. We're garbage. And this team heard that. This defense heard that. Chris Godwin, you guys saw the clip on the sideline and said all that noise they were talking, all the shit that New Orleans was talking. Tom left, and we got respect for Tom, but we're still here. And the NFC still runs through us. The NFC South. Not the NFC. Hold on. Off the breaks. The NFC South. So I see a team, again, that's ready for a Super Bowl. I see a first overall pick, former Heisman Trophy winner, who me and Sammer pounded the fucking table all offseason. We fucking told you guys over and over and over again. If you watch Baker's timeline, comes into the Browns, has some success, wins a playoff game in his second fucking year with their biggest rival, or maybe not rival. I don't know. I don't know what it's like with Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. Maybe they're not rivals. It's a fake rivalry. There's pictures say they're not a rival. I don't fucking know. I don't care. The point is, we're here. We got a quarterback. Me and Sam said it the whole time. We got a Super Bowl defense. Who knows what happens now, man? Just keep playing. Keep stacking them, like BA used to say.
Not only do they have a Super Bowl defense, and I'll let you go, Stink. I was going to just add a little piece that someone in chat kind of mirrored what I was going to say was Tom Brady did carry a significant amount of weight as a leader, as a quarterback, which is expected, but he did something more important than all of that was he taught these guys how to win and how to set the bar to a certain standard and how to meet it every single time and how to have expectations no matter what. And those guys didn't forget that. Carlton Davis didn't forget that taste. Mike Evans didn't forget that. Chris Godwin didn't forget that. All these guys that played with Tom, they remember what Tom taught them, and they've now allowed it to carry over. Now they're being the leaders. Go ahead, Stink.
I guess I cucks Clam Slammer last episode, and I didn't give him love during Super Chat. PNP with the Super Chat, $2 Super Chat. The tears tastes so delicious or something like that. The positive The poverty tears are delicious, is what he said. Listen, my condolences, my sincere apologies, Clam Slammer. We know we love slamming your clam, dude. I apologize. Sammer talks about slamming clams all the time. That's really his favorite fucking subject.
What are you talking about? We talk about it, not you, but me and Sammer, we slam some
What's wrong with being gentle with the clam, dude? What's wrong with why do you always gotta slam the clam?
No one wants their clam gently.
I don't think you've ever slammed any clam there, buddy. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer. Listen, I don't even think I want to hear your response because
you're gonna hear
Latte
my response.
so eloquently put that he had an entire segment by himself there.
This is a hot take.
Beautiful.
This is a hot take. Cam Jordan.
Go ahead, Stan.
Cam Jordan is right. There's no rivalry. There is no rivalry.
No rivalry.
There is no rivalry. Cam was right from the beginning. There's no rivalry. Like a rivalry means that you're going back and forth, and one team hits, like old Rocky movies where one team team gets knocked down and one gets back up, But no, we don't have that here. It's just been utter domination, or we've sucked, and that's it. And now we dominate them, and they're terrible. So no rivalry. I don't give a fuck. Another fucking super shot. PNP just coming out with the fucking
he's slamming clams.
Yeah. Some fun Jono New Orleans math from the game. Baker had twice as many passing yards as Carr. Godwin had twice as many receiving yards as Slant Boy. Our defense forced twice as many fumbles. I mean, that is you can't even argue. That's math, dude. That's straight up arithmetic. That is arithmetic outside of the state of Louisiana.
You sure about that? Two's not double, remember? Two's not double one?
No, it's not. It just means you have one more, apparently.
I got to read a comment here because he came up, and it's true. Northern Bloke, BA deserves so much more flowers. It started with BA. We all know that. It started with BA. The attitude shift, the culture, started with BA. Tom helped push that through because you guys have players to do it as well. Like Sammer said, Tom helped cement that and solidify it in the locker room, and now we're just following the course.
Tom came in with that big, huge goat cock, like just a giant goat cock. It was gray. It was a little warm.
It's great, but it's the girth though. It's like avocado. That means something.
Yeah, and he just brought belief to the locker room. And the belief is still there. We have 30 plus Super Bowl rings still in that locker room.
We do.
And Baker likes this place. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
Oh, he loves it.
He likes it here.
He loves it here. Sam, can you go poppy cam real quick?
Before I do that, I'm going to just remind everybody, because I forgot to at the top of this, because we were laughing so hard at that Saints podcast, if you want to call it that. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave us a comment. And I've already got a chat, or not a chat, I've already got a poll running in the chat of who was your MVP in the Bucs win over the Saints. I've got a few options in there. Obviously, select the one that you believe is the correct answer in your eyes. But again, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, make sure you smash the like button. Latte, before we go to the next topic, I'm going to give you full screen. Whoa. Lunch coming.
You're all right, bro? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I had too many coffees. Full screen. Let's go latte cam. I don't even know what this is. Not rehearsed. I have no idea what he's going to say.
It's not anything quick. It's anything lengthy. It's quick. But listen, can we take a moment, all 124 you beautiful people that are watching this show right now, along with my beautiful esteemed co-host? Look at my camera. God damn, Sam, you make me look good, bro. Thank you. Can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that everybody had us left for dead? Everyone said this was a rebuilding year. We're paying the credit card for Tom Brady's Super Bowl. Right? We're shopping at the bargain mart, right? We're going to Dollar. We're getting Dollar fucking Tree Lenny, right? We're trying to replace people with Dollar Tree replacements. Paying the credit card, Tom Brady's Super Bowl. And we're 3-1. That's a big old fuck you to everybody. Imagine when we have cap space next year. We got younger on defense, if that's even imaginable, and faster. This is a Super Bowl defense. We got younger and faster. We still haven't even seen Kansas. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that? Holy shit.
Oh, I've been appreciating it, man. I've been appreciating it all night long.
Jason Light.
You guys know, you Latte and Stank, you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about how we're appreciating it all night long. And I'm saying, we're 3-1, dude. Quarter of the season done. We were supposed to win 2 games all season. We were supposed to start the season 0-4, or some people's eyes 0-6. Okay, yet here we are, 3-1. looking like we belong in a conversation about the playoffs, sitting atop of the division, and only having basically played one bad game against an absolute juggernaut in the Philadelphia Eagles, who are just rolling through basically everyone that they battle, and yet we still look like we belonged on the same field as that team for a good portion of that game, regardless of the score. I know Stank disagrees with me there, but any fan who's followed this team, if I told you before the season that we would be 3-1 headed into this bye week in week 5, 90% of you would tell me I was crazy, and the other 90, and then 2, no, every single one of you would take it. You'd all be absolutely ecstatic for where we're at right now.
Who wouldn't be? You don't think half the teams in the NFL would trade places with us right now? And, I'll tell you, as you were describing, the fact that we're literally poverty and we were shopping at the Dollar Tree, for some reason the movie Ratatouille popped in my head. Right? Sometimes it doesn't take the finest ingredients to make that good dish. So we got Jason Light. People forget he's cooking right now. He's got a chef. He got a chef that somebody abandoned on the side of the road. Everybody left for. I didn't believe in him. I mean, half Bucs fans didn't believe in him, and it was almost like we needed that exact ingredient, right? Everybody was doubting this locker room. Everybody was doubting, that Bowles could get it done. That Light could get it done. Everything we did was because of Tom Brady, which we know because we follow this team, obsessively. We know that wasn't the case, but the rest of the people in the world don't know. They're distracted.
Hit the buzzer.
But yeah. Oh, lots of buzzers. Lots of buzzers. Lots of super chats. Holy shit. Joel Enriquez says, my cup overfloweth with salty St. Nick's tears. Go Bucs. The Pewter Pirates run the South, baby. One more. Another one from B-Shuck. Sammer, you are crazy. But that's another subject. I'm getting another one for that one.
Hey. Remember when we did the schedule release show and you guys had me go through each one of the games and I gave you guys my thoughts? Guess what? Right now, I am 100% correct.
You haven't been wrong all season.
I haven't been wrong.
Whoa. Because I've been lock and step with Sammer. You motherfucker, don't fucking jump on our ship now. We've been saying this. Me and Sammer, the Brown fucking connection, have been saying this.
Yeah, you know what?
Season.
You know what? Hold on. That reminds me, Latte. Do you remember what one person on this panel said before the season started? By week 5, heading into the bye week, we were going to be looking at a quarterback issue in that Kyle Trask would be starting after the bye week. Right?
What?
Right? That's what we said. That's exactly what Stank said, not what we said.
Sammer, to be more specific, what he said was, Baker won the job. It was rigged to begin with. I'm going to root for him because he's my quarterback, but there will be a quarterback change going into the bye week.
Going into the bye week.
TikTok. Who said that?
TikTok.
What idiot? What idiot would say something?
A bucking idiot.
So stupid.
A bucking idiot.
A bucking
idiot would.
I'm glad whoever said that shit isn't here to fucking defend himself.
Guess what? Not only do we not have a quarterback issue going into the bye week, but we have a solidified quarterback. We have a QB1, a guy who's at the top of almost every single analytics as it relates to playing the position, getting rid of the ball on time, making good and smart decisions, not throwing the ball to the other team. I mean, I don't even have to go into it. Latte knows what I'm talking about.
Sammer, let me defend myself real quick, bro. Let me defend myself real quick.
How this works? I said Sammer first.
Thank you.
You're going to talk right over me when I said Sammer first? Yeah, hit the crickets, and you're going to be quiet, and you're going to take this fucking medicine.
Turn it off, dude. That's deafening. Cut it out.
Well, take this medicine. Listen, Sammer, we have a fucking quarterback. You just said it. We have a quarterback. And the entire NFC South overlooked him and overlooked us. Atlanta, we got this fucking defense that's going to be crazy, and they've been all right. We got Bijan Robinson. You never had a quarterback. You thought you did, but you don't. Carolina.
High school quarterback. Been saying it all offseason. High school quarterback in
Atlanta. Got the Ant-Man quarterback in Carolina, right? And the Saints, right? One franchise, I never forget this. I'll never forget this. It's one of my favorite sayings, Trevor Sikkema. Fuck you partially because you picked the Saints to win, but Sikkema. But one of my favorite quotes from Trevor is, the best organizations are honest with themselves. And that's what we did. We were just honest with ourselves. And people wanted to bitch and people wanted to complain and we let Levante test and all that. But the best organizations and the best GMs, you have to be honest with yourself. And the Saints, you lied to yourself. You told yourself, we're going to put a little Band-Aid on this leak when you had a fucking roof leak and you went and got Derek Carr.
Dude, they've been lying.
Baker is the most maybe experienced, maybe not. Maybe Derek has the same amount of experience, but as far as big games, not being too small in the moment, has won a playoff game, Heisman Trophy winner, #1 overall pick. Pressure makes fucking diamonds, and Derek Carr ain't built for it, dog. Sorry, never won a big game, has always been average, and you guys overlook my boy Baker, and he's a motherfucking dog. And
I tried to
keeping receipts on everything.
I tried to warn him that what I saw yesterday from Derek Carr was the exact same thing I've always seen from Derek Carr. I thought
you were gonna say Jameis Winston because I was like, that's exactly
no. He gets scared. He plays scared in big moments. He always has. He's not that guy, bro. He just isn't. And I could be wrong. Maybe
he's the only guy that's thrown the ball away on 4th down.
Bro.
To be fair though, there wasn't any big moments in that game for him, honestly. They were basically down the entire time after it hit that field goal, so it wasn't even a big thing. But Latte, you said Baker is a dog. And speaking of dogs, we haven't even touched on this guy. You touched a tiny bit. Chris freaking Godwin, right? We all love Mike Evans. Everybody knows he's wide receiver 1. But you know what? Right across from him on that line of scrimmage, or not across, but down the line of scrimmage, is a guy who's basically 1B, and that's Chris Godwin. Dude was absolutely awesome yesterday, and I said it pregame. I said, this guy's going to have a game, only because he plays so damn well in New Orleans. But then Mike Evans ends up going out with the injury, even though he was absolutely destroying Lattimore anytime they threw the ball to him. He was 3 for 3, 40 yards. Would have been 80 yards if he didn't tackle him and then pretend he didn't. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't pass interference according to Lattimore.
Bitch.
Anyway, it would have been a great day.
Shout out to our GM, who, by the way, somebody clipped it. He literally looks at Lattimore when he's bitching about, Mike interfered with me, and Jason's like, fuck you, little
different play. Different play. That was a play. That's when Mike caught it over his head. Yeah. And then he tackled him out of bounds and pushed Mike after the fact. Mike got up and looked at the ref like, what? Come on, dude. And then Jason had some choice words for Lattimore, who was chirping at Jason Light for some reason.
You can use them. What was the choice? What were the choice words?
Oh, I don't remember what he said. You just said it. I'm just getting to the point. My point being, Mike Evans goes out. Chris Godwin stands up, steps up, does everything correct, and is an absolute monster. And you know what? I had a question after that game. If you're cornerback 1 for your team, and then the wide receiver 1 that you're facing goes out,
and you follow that wide receiver, right?
Why didn't you go to the other best wide receiver why did you continue to cover a rookie?
Because he's a bitch.
Yeah, wouldn't have mattered, bro. Because what is it? The puppy pound? Yeah. The puppy pound was barking. Okay? Devin Tompkins. Can we talk about that touchdown catch?
Talk about Chris Godwin.
Can we talk about
that was retarded, but we're talking about Chris Godwin.
Okay, and I'm talking about other receivers, bro.
You have ADHD.
No, I don't.
ADHD.
You asked why Lattimore didn't follow.
I set you up. Let him
talk.
You asked why Lattimore didn't follow him around. I'm telling you why he didn't follow him around. Because Devin Tompkins, problem. Okay. Palmer, a problem. They didn't feel like they needed to, because they had other people to worry about. That's why. Continue.
Listen, I called Sammer after the game, and I everyone knows Mike is my fucking favorite player. My son's favorite player. He's done things he doesn't have to. And anyways, Mike is amazing. So I was very careful I'm going to be very careful how I say this, because I was very careful how I said this to Sammer. I don't want to come off the wrong way. I don't mean this like that. But praying that it's not a serious injury and Mike is able to come back for the Lions game, but this may have been a blessing slightly, because it forced Baker. I think Baker was so keen and locked in on 13 because, Jameis did it, Glennon did it, McCown did it, everybody fucking does it. It's easy to throw the ball to Mike. He's got a fucking wingspan. He's an animal. He's an avatar. It forced Baker to have to go to DT. It forced Baker to have to go to fucking Trey Palmer. I think Stank mentioned it during the game a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Where's Trey? Like, what the fuck's going on? He had a touchdown in Minnesota. He killed preseason. Where the fuck's Trey at? He mossed the fuck out of the corner. That was nasty. It forced him to go to DT. It forced him to get Godwin involved. I think we're better for it. Fingers crossed, right? I mean, that's what I mean. I hope Mike's okay, but it forced Baker to get some of that game time chemistry with Mike. On that Moss throw, actually, Sammer, Josh Claypool clipped it, and if you notice, Godwin runs like the deep in and crossing towards the right side of the field. He was wide open, dude. That's a touchdown. Mike's beautiful. That's a touchdown. But he's so locked in on Mike, it's almost a good thing.
But that's what I was going to say. So two things are at play here. I think what's happening is that Mike naturally is the first read in a lot of their passing schemes, and Mike is almost always open. So it's like, why do I need to look off of him if he's open? And Baker's like, let's get rid of the ball, take what the defense is giving me. And most of the time it's worked out fine. A couple of drops obviously have happened throughout the season, but Mike has been open, not only because of scheme, but because he's talented as hell. And so that's happening. And then over the last week when they lost to the Eagles, a lot of questions came up. Where's Chris Godwin? Why can't Chris Godwin get more involved? And the comments came from Canales himself talking about Chris Godwin. And then Baker said stuff like, we need to go down the field more. We should take more risks. He's not talking about Canales. He's talking about himself and the players around him. When we have a defense that's good, we need to take more risk and go down the field and play with a little bit more urgency. And so it was like a perfect storm. And then Mike ends up getting injured. But I think before that even, he was still kind of looking at other guys. But once he left, like you said, it became a totally different ball game. And now they're like, how can you even stop this team when Baker's now looking through the entire field? DT was open. Trey was open. Rashad White is open. Cade Otton is open. Obviously, Chris Godwin is open. Over 100 yards, 114 yards on 8 catches. I mean, and he catches almost everything you throw at him. And so it was like, I think it feels like they took a massive, I don't want to say leap, but they grew up 1 or 2 notches yesterday from the passing perspective between Baker and all these guys. Stank.
Not just that, confidence is contagious. These guys are all out there making plays. There's so many big plays. I spoke about the Devin Tompkins touchdown, which the throw was absolutely freaky. The protection, unbelievable.
Hideki on Cam Jordan, bro.
But it wasn't just that. Everybody's playing with confidence right now. Everybody's out there making plays. You didn't see anybody dropping balls yesterday. Can we talk about Rashad White's catch towards the goal line where he was dead to rights at the 10-yard line, made 2 defenders miss, and took it down to the 1-yard line. We ended up scoring on that drive when we likely would have ended up with a field goal there. You got Trey Palmer, after the interception comes back and catches that touchdown pass. It's just, you need that, right? You need everybody to be out there playing with confidence. Baker didn't blink. Nobody else out there blinked when Mike went out. And that's a sign of good things to come, especially against a team like New Orleans, who's trying to punk us constantly. And we were ready for a fight, man. I loved it.
It wasn't just that, though. That confidence comes from somewhere, right? So last year, everyone said Todd Bowles is not a good head coach. He gets in the way of the offense. His demeanor isn't that of what you want to see confidence-wise from an offensive staff. Okay, cool. Well, guess what? Now we got a guy in Canales who is an absolute dog. And when he goes out there, you feel his energy. Guy's running laps around the freaking field pregame every single week, right? That translates. And then you got a guy in Baker who's just almost the exact same build, the same chemistry, the same moxie, all of that. Now he's your guy on the field at the same time, right? Now you got a coach on the field and a coach on the sidelines. They have that oozing energy and that oozing confidence, and it's carrying through to every single person on that team, including the offensive line. And, man, it was just fun to watch. It was freaking amazing to watch. Baker just – I know it's at the bottom of our list.
I'll stay off right here, but I got a Canales story for you. So today I'm watching the press conferences, and I watched Bowles' press conference, and my wife sat down next to me. She normally doesn't watch that shit, but we were going to watch a show. And I mistakenly brought up Dave Canales' press conference, and she goes, holy shit, he's gorgeous. And then proceeded to watch the entire press conference. Like, I thought she wiped her mouth. She was drooling over the man. She's like, he's so positive. He has so much positive energy. And I was like, calm the fuck down. But you're right. That was a good call by my wife. It's positivity. The guy oozes that shit. What Baker after the game said, I've only had 2 coordinators trust in me, where I felt like they understood my game. and one's Sean McVay and the other's is Dave Canales.
That was fake.
That's
fake.
Huh?
That was a.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. It was fake.
Well, it was a fake.
You got me. You got me. But it didn't matter. It doesn't matter because I feel like that. I feel like that might be true.
No. Greg almost shared. He goes, "It sounds like something Baker would say, but it's fake." I gotta go. Police real quick, Stammer.
Wait. What? Police Peter said what?
No.
It wasn't a super chat.
It wasn't a super chat.
It was a super chat, a $20 super chat. Baker deserves his flowers.
Oh.
That being said, one of the most turnover-prone QBs for the last 5 years. Doesn't magically change overnight. Canales deserves a ton of credit for the passing scheme he's implemented.
He has another super chat if you want to hit the bell, and then I'm going to read a quote.
Another one. God, his dick is huge.
This is actually the same comment, so I don't have to read it twice. $5 super chat. PMP says, Canales said, and I love this from his press conference today, the ball finds energy. If you run routes with juice and explode out of it, you're going to beat the brakes. You're going to, whatever, out of the brakes.
Explode out of your brakes.
You're going to explode out of the brakes. You're going to get the attention of the quarterback. And then he referenced Sammer, basketball coach. He's a fucking basketball coach, right? Great example. I play ball too. If you fucking have everybody on the outside and you flash towards the fucking lane, all of a sudden, we're going to see, what? It's the same concept. If you run with juice, you come out of that break with juice, Baker's going to see you. He's going to find you.
I heard Canal say that. He said dish the ball, which I thought was a really good analogy for just doing that. And fuck you, Cali Bucks. All right? I'm a little hyped up still. Piece of shit.
Listen, that's what he said all offseason is that he wants his quarterback to be a point guard on the field. And what's funny is that he mentions that after the game, and during the broadcast, all they kept talking about was the fact that the Saints wide receivers didn't have energy, and they didn't have conviction in what they were doing on the field and running their routes. I mean, Olave, he basically checked out once he realized, one, the quarterback's not going to throw me the ball because I'm not getting open, and two, this defense is absolutely serious and for real, and he just kind of gave up, which is kind of great because it segues right into the next point that we're going to talk about, which is...
Dare I say this, Sammer?
Dominant Bucs defense.
The dominant Bucs, dare I say, they look kind of like the Bucs receivers running last year out there with a quarterback that they knew they weren't going to get the ball anywhere past 5 yards, and they were just like, fuck it.
Body language, man. I'm telling you, if you don't believe in what your coach is teaching you and implementing for game day, you don't go out there and you don't show it with your body. That's what happens, and that's what was going on. But talking about showing it with your body, the Bucs defense, man, rebounding after, I don't think they played terribly against the Eagles, but some people are. So let's just say they are actually going out there and rebounding. Guys, I mean... I said it going into the game, Saints offense, not a big deal. Not worried about it. Bucs just have to do what they do best and go out there and play ball. And they were just ridiculously physical. They out-physicaled a very physical Saints defense, or offense, sorry, a very physical Saints team in general. And, I mean, the chat agrees. The poll, Antoine Winfield is considered the MVP of yesterday's win at 64%.
As he should be.
Easily.
And as he should be, yes. And so, again, I didn't talk to you guys about it, but...
I only got one...
How about this defense?
Ant-Man set the tone, bro. Ant-Man set the tone.
I only got one word for this defense.
Oh.
Todd Bowles, baby.
The whole locker room, actually.
It was amazing.
The whole locker room.
Fucking amazing. Antoine set the tone. Go ahead, Stank. You were going to...
No, that's all I wanted to say. Antoine set the tone.
He set the tone.
You know, weird seeing him punch the ball out in a big play, you know, to set to change the momentum of the game and secure the touchdown for his team. And you know, I mean, I've almost seen that before from that guy in that stadium. Is that just like a core memory of mine?
I think the only time the thing is he didn't actually recover at that time, but I think yesterday he did something that like one guy has ever done besides him, which is I think a sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery all in the same game.
Rondé? That's that Rondé? Sounds like a Rondé stat line.
Sounds like a Rondé stat line, yeah. He had a Rondé-esque day. Nothing more impressive to me yesterday than the play where Olave finally beats the coverage and he beats the other safety, splits them both basically, and Antoine says, you know what, I can't afford to look back at the quarterback and the ball, and just runs and puts his arm in the one place that ball is supposed to land, which is between the ball and the receiver's hands, and saves a touchdown, arguably saves the game, because at that point they would have been down 3 or 4 points, and they would have kind of had some momentum and had some juice. Building would have woken up. Antoine says, no, not happening. And the Saints punted off of that, and that was it. The game was over at that point. Everyone kind of knew it. And that play right there was the play of the day, which is crazy because he made so many other plays.
Yeah, he did. He was everywhere. He was all over. He's all over the field. Broke up the long pass to Olave in perfect position. He was played before. He's behind the line of scrimmage, making a tackle for a loss. The guy's special. He really is. I mean, what more can you say about the guy? And we're not there yet, by the way. The pass rush, nothing to be writing home about right now. Wait until we get that one guy, bro. Oh, what was his name? Cansey?
Elijah.
Isn't it Elijah Cansey? Wait until listen, Green, whoever this guy is. Thanks for chipping in, dude. I appreciate everything you've done the last couple weeks. Still no clue who you are or how you got on this team. I don't remember you ever being announced. I've never seen a picture of you. I don't know anything about you, but I appreciate you. But it's time for you to go back to the bench and just sit behind Elijah Cansey, because this is going to be a completely different front four once that guy's on the field. Really, seriously.
I think all jokes aside, I think what Stank is saying is partially true. I think the defense is playing phenomenal. We're banged up in the secondary, which is stupid with the way they played yesterday. I think when we get Jamel Dean back, we get Carlton Davis healthy a little more. He admitted he wasn't 100%, but he had to make it back for this game because he hates fucking slant boy. Fuck the Saints. So he had to come back for this game. When we get Dean and you got your true outside corners, dude, the defense, Zion, like development, guys. Fuck, man. That's why I said in the beginning, thank you, BA, for bringing this coaching staff here and then keeping Bowles here, because you're seeing the development. Like last year, we would have fucking just cut Zion, and look at Zion. Like, are you kidding me? Look at Zion. But what I said in the beginning, as far as agreeing with Stank, I think we need to see a little more from our outside linebackers, right? Shaq, JTS.
They're dropping in coverage quite a bit last game.
Gotta see more. When they pass rush, though, gotta see a little more. I'm excited to see Cansey. I think maybe they're probably going to get Yaya a little more involved. Maybe platoon share a little more with JTS, because JTS got a pop, bro. He had a good game against the Chicago, and then the last 2 weeks has been okay. And he's a friend of the program, but it's been okay.
But I'm glad you brought up Zion, because we didn't hear his name, which is a great thing if you're a corner most of the time, right? Especially for him, if we don't hear Zion. And that was the thing. I was like, oh man, we're going to a game starting Zion McCollum against Olave and Shaheed and all these guys that have, and Kamara, who's out of the backfield, but we didn't hear his name. We didn't see him get beat. We didn't see. I mean, I'm sure he gave up yardage here or there.
I heard his name when he blew up fucking Olave.
Yeah.
So he made plays, but again, this defense is playing at this level, and they don't even have all their pieces yet. And Cansey is going to make this team completely different, especially up front.
Hit the buzzer, Sam, and read the super chat, because it's about Cansey. You're talking about him.
Cansey played. Bishak says Cansey played about 5 minutes, and you could already see the talent. Yeah, he played 11 snaps in week 1 and was very disruptive. And then speaking of hitting the quarterback. The thing I like, I agree with Stank. The pass rush wasn't quite there yesterday, but Vita Vea and Logan Hall played their asses off. They got in the backfield. They created mismatches. That guy's taking
a lot of heat, Logan Hall. Yeah. I talked a lot of shit about him. I mean, I'm starting to see flashes.
He made plays in the backfield. I think he ended up with a whole sack at the end of the day, splitting it 2, maybe 1.5. Vita had 2 sacks on the day, or 2.5 sacks on the day. I mean, they played well, but in the moments that Todd Bowles called a blitz, it got through. Levante, Devin, Antoine. And then going back to Antoine, I forgot to even mention this. If you guys noticed it or not, but anytime they brought in Taysom Hill, Antoine was right at the line of scrimmage, almost as if he was a spy on him. Whether he was at the quarterback, at the halfback, the H-back, the fullback, tight end spot, Antoine was there. And Antoine made plays all over the field because of that. But, they looked prepared again. Every single week so far this season, this team has looked prepared and focused and understanding the game plan on both sides of the ball. But more importantly, on the defensive side of the ball, they set the tone, and it's been rolling every single week from that defensive tone.
Hey, Sammer.
Yeah, shout out to D. Delaney, who had to come in.
I was just about to say that.
Second play of the game.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Hey, 2 interceptions, 2 weeks in a row, backup. He's a backup fucking corner, and he's playing safety as well, and gets an interception on Jameis. What a poetic way to end
fucking W. Better of a way to end the game.
What was he doing with his fucking crutches, dancing in the fucking lot? Dance, motherfucker. Keep dancing.
Yeah, dancing, dude. But yeah, talk about D. Delaney, bro. He's a backup corner, and he also is a backup safety in like massive emergency scenarios. Ryan Neal goes out, and now you've got Antoine doing a lot of this linebacker, hybrid role. He's playing all over the line of scrimmage, and he's not really playing safety the entire time. You take D. Delaney and say, hey, man, go play deep safety. We're going to put you in cover 1 a couple of times. And the dude played his ass off. didn't get beat, wasn't a liability, and he's a backup. And now you're thinking,
Sammer.
man, he continues like that. I don't want to see Ryan Neal at this point. Just keep D. Delaney out there.
Sammer, not only is he a backup, he baited Jameis into that throw. He absolutely baited him. He goes, oh, I know this motherfucker. And he stayed towards the middle.
Yeah.
And said, just throw it, bitch. Joe fired his gun and said, throw it. I dare you.
He couldn't help himself. He had to go hero ball the moment he got in the game. Because I don't know if it was because it was the Bucs or because that's just what he does when the team is down. But I was going to say before.
Olave was pissing wanted the ball. By the way, Sammer, there are 200 people watching this show right now. Thank you, guys. Please, if you're enjoying this content, guys, if you're listening to this audio and you want to see our beautiful faces, make sure you come to YouTube, subscribe. And if you're enjoying this content right now, you 200, 198 beautiful people, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're going to go live. We do this content every week. Every day of the week, there's content.
For the audio people, you got to give them a little audio candy like you did last time.
Like I get in real close like this. Listen, turn your volume all the way up.
God damn.
Are you listening to me?
Mm-hmm.
You want to see this beautiful brown connection between me and Sammer?
I do.
On your screen in 4K.
What? 4K? Wow.
In my case, in an 85-inch TV, or in Sammer's case,
85 inches,
150-inch projector screen.
Holy shit, that's a lot of inches.
Brown connection faces.
Massive.
Look. The viewers went up as soon as I went deep. We went from 188 to 203. Okay. Make sure you come over to YouTube.
Broke the algorithm.
Subscribe and hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you know we're going live, because we go live all the time. There's content every day of the week. Get live. 45.
Hey, Latte, you spoke. You spoke.
He just gave $200.
Holy crap!
Holy God damn.
You can.
B-Shuck, thank you so much. What a super chat. And he said 200 people deserves $200. Massive shout out to B-Shuck for the super chat. I was going to say, Latte, you talked about.
People deserves 200 likes, goddammit. B-Shuck just give $200 like.
Hey, hit the like button.
You mentioned huge and a lot of inches, and B-Shuck just came out of nowhere.
I'm sweating.
Out of nowhere.
I'm sweating.
Listen, hey, before I forget, you talked about Zion McCollum and how they developed him. D. Delaney 2 years ago, even last year, what did every one of us, the three of us especially, what would we say when that guy got on the field? Oh shit, we were about to get beat. It didn't matter who he was guarding, he was about to get beat. Now all of a sudden that guy is Mr. Dependable in the secondary, making picks against Jalen Hurts, against the Saints in a hostile environment. Obviously it's Jameis Winston, but still he made plays all over the field beyond that. Like that's something we haven't seen since Mike Smith. Like the disruption from that coaching staff to this, like you touched on, Latte, the development of these guys. Logan Hall, another guy, developing and getting better. JTS has gotten better. I'd like to see him finish a little bit more, obviously, but he's taken some steps. He may have taken a little bit of a step back, but
it was not that long ago that we were talking shit about Carlton Davis.
People wanted him gone.
And Whitehead and Dean after the Seattle game. And it's like, hey, look at Clam Slammer. Put his dick on the table.
Clam Slammer. He said he wasn't ever going to donate again, but here he is. So proud of you guys.
Clam Slammer. Listen, I love your name, but I will implore you to change it to Clam Slammer, because if you do that, I'm automatically your number one fan.
And
right?
I have to rewind a little bit. B-Shuck, you already know you have a lifetime fucking. You're on Mount Rushmore. You have a lifetime invitation. But I'm saying it now. Hit the buzzer. Hit the fucking buzzer. Give me the buzzer. B-Shuck's coming to fucking BA's golf tournament with us this year again, goddammit, because I said so. He is
open invitation.
Open invitation every year.
I approve that.
Holy
I
shit.
approve that.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of golf tournament, I know we've talked about a lot of these guys and a lot of dogs, and we talked a little bit about Baker Mayfield, but man, I don't think we talked enough about what he did on the ground. Is it what can we call him? Baker Mayfield Newton? Or can we call him Baker Vic?
Never do that. Ever.
Never? Okay, not Newton. All right, Baker Vic. He was Baker Vic though. He looked pretty damn good yesterday. All right. He didn't get a lot of yardage. My point being, his ability to decide when to run and how to extend plays and to move around when that offensive line wasn't giving him enough time, or the cover, the protection broke down, and extending that play, and nothing bigger probably than the fact that
somebody said Bic. Just call him Big.
Yeah, I thought you meant like the lighter or the pen company.
No. Well, I don't know why that's funny to me.
Hey, he's got a huge Bic. I agree. Listen,
Big old
but
Bic.
my
Big
point
old
being
Bic.
that ridiculous 75-yard field goal that we ended up kicking yesterday was because of Bic getting himself out of the pocket, knowing I'm not going to get that first down on third down, but I'm going to get enough yardage to give us a chance to kick a field goal. It ends up being massive points at that point in the game. So, again, we didn't talk, so I was curious what you guys thought of his ability to move around, to create. And, of course, all three of his touchdown passes, I believe – two of his touchdown passes came off of his legs, improvising, extending plays, buying time, and getting his guys the ball.
They said it on the broadcast. He's got incredible feel in the pocket. He's awareness. I saw somebody put the word awareness in as soon as I said it. That was weird and creepy. But, yeah, his awareness in the pocket is
He knows how to negotiate his way around pressures and hands and arms and all that kind of stuff.
I'm with Byers. It says, I love watching Baker take off and run for those first downs and yardage. And then he put further down here somewhere. Where'd he put it? Where's it at, Bill Byers?
Bill Byers.
Oh, I ejaculated for sure. Amazing. Good for you, Bill.
Oh, wow. Speaking of ejaculated, we had a man on the ground in New Orleans yesterday. Loose Cannon's Leprechaun. All of you guys know who he is. If you don't, make sure that you find out. It's my brother. He's actually blood family to me. And he was on the streets. And right after the game, he was celebrating in New Orleans. And he found a dumpster on fire, a real one in New Orleans. Incredible.
But didn't he watch one? Did he not watch one in the stadium already, though? So
he saw one in the stadium, came outside, and there was a matching one right on the street.
Oh, so that must have been their parade flow. Is that what they do? That's when the Saints come marching in. They just roll that dumpster fire literally down the street. I would assume.
And not make this shit up. But Sammer, the next topic is Canales and Baker continue to build. I agree they continue to build. We could touch on that, but I want to talk about another part of the offense. Really impressed against a tough front seven, although they're old and long in the tooth. Cameron Jordan's a bitch. Demario Davis is still a good linebacker. They still have good pieces. They have corners and safeties that aren't afraid to come up and tackle. Pretty tough run defense, and people were concerned. I think we had a pretty good day on the ground. 114 total yards, I think it was. Rashad was at one point, 11 for 50 or 11 for 50 something, and then he got 4 more carries because garbage time to milk it out, and it fucked up his average, but he was averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Ended up averaging 3.7 yards a carry, just under 4. Not a bad day, but as the evolution, you say Canales and Baker continue to build, I'm excited, and we've talked about it. I think Rashad's biggest – you've seen it. We've all seen it. His biggest strength is in the passing game. If they start getting that kid in space, Stank mentioned it earlier, that big third down, man, he caught it going towards the sideline. Put on the fucking brakes. One dude went on skates, juked another dude, dove, got out on the
He looked like Kamara on that play.
Stupid.
He looked just like Kamara.
Yeah, stupid.
Every single game this year, he's had at least one catch that he's turned into a first down that you would think he was dead to rights. There's no way he was going to get a first down. He ends up making a couple of guys miss in the Vikings game, the Bears game, the Eagles game, and, of course, yesterday in the Saints game. But more importantly, the Bucs did that against the number 6th ranked defense, I believe, in points allowed.
I think they're number 3.
No, they're number 6th ranked in points allowed overall. Okay. And they've been okay against the run, but more importantly, they've always been able to out-physical us, right? We ran the ball well on them, and we also didn't give up more than 1 sack. For a team that had, I think, 8 going into the game, they were, I think, 4th or 5th in the league in that. So they were able to get after the quarterback and kind of neutralize their lack of offense on their side of the ball. And the Bucs responded, man. I agree with you, Latte. Big part of that, not just with what Canales and Baker are doing, but they punched the Saints in the mouth, man. How many times have we seen the Bucs punch the Saints in the mouth? I mean, that was probably the most satisfying part of it all. And they did run the ball well. They were effective, and it just all flowed so well. And that's kind of the point I was making when I put this on the docket here, is that Canales understood what he did wrong and what they did wrong and what they did well and what he did well against the Eagles. And then he took some of that, implemented some new things, put in some different things, and put in wrinkles. We saw wrinkles yesterday with his eye candy that would do one thing. We saw it later on. That eye candy led to something completely different. That involved Devin Tompkins, his ability to get his guys out in space. Devin Tompkins makes 2 massive third down conversions for first downs in the second half. And he gets these guys in space and they can make plays, which is such a different look than we've had for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. You know, it's the confidence too. We get the ball in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes left and pretty much closed it out. We had like a 5+ minute drive. It was, first down after first down after first down. We felt in control. I wasn't nervous at that point. Normally 8 minutes left is like anything can happen. I kind of felt like we had it in hand at that point, and we did, and we added more points. It was very, very nice to see. And you're right. I'm not used to seeing us out physical the Saints because it's typically the other way around. And even though the refs were against us and it started off a little slow, it was definitely didn't start off quick. The game was up in the air for a quarter and a half again until we took control after the Antoine Winfield Jr. Turnover. That we never relinquished control. Momentum stayed in our favor, and we ended up dominating the rest of the game. But up until that point, the game was still in question.
How about that fucking route by Chris Godwin, the 42-yard catch? Those type of routes, that whip route where, you come in and then come back out the other way, you see that close to the line of scrimmage. That was like fucking 15 yards down the field.
I think Josh Q released all 22 of that, and Trey Palmer took the safety in the corner across. I mean, he was open. He was wide open for a deep ball. But yeah, it was beautiful to see. Incredible play design.
Wide open. I was
gonna say it wasn't just what Godwin did. It was how they stacked all the other routes together to create that opening for Godwin. Even if Godwin didn't even have to do that move. If he would have just run a simple angle route there, it's wide open because of everything he had going on around him with the other guys. And that's back to what we were saying. Like yesterday, I know we said Canales did really well against Minnesota. I know we said he called a really great game against the Bears, but yesterday, clearly, his best game so far as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and none of that happens without protection. None of that happens without protection. The offensive line played their best game of the year.
Gadecki played the best game of his career.
Yeah. Baker helps out his offensive line by just having that pocket awareness, stepping up when he needs to, duck, dip, dive, duck, dodge. That's what he does. He does that in the pocket. He really does.
But Stank, you watched that press conference today. Canales said as much as well. And I love his transparency. He said, listen, I was focused too much on the chess match. And that's important. But at the same time, as we're learning this and as we're learning these combo blocks and as we're learning all this, I can't just be hard-headed. He goes, sometimes let's just go get a first down. And let's go.
How refreshing is that? To hear a coach be critical, to hear a coach critically think and say, you know what? I got to do better. And here's what I'm doing wrong. Usually, we're used to a different guy in that seat, right? Who you better not question him. It's just a breath of fresh air. That guy brings something completely different that I haven't really seen in a coach in a long time, man.
Not only that, Stank, he understood that as they're still learning the blocking scheme and the run game, that they're having hiccups and whatnot, and they're still kind of learning their way through that. So he said, you know what? Why not make it a little simpler on my guys and bring back some of the blocking scheme and some of the runs they did well last year? Instead of going zone blocking on some of these runs, we'll do some duos. And they end up having guys where they're double teaming on the defensive lineman, and it generated a little bit more momentum in the run game. This is a guy who not only is he critically thinking, but he's looking himself in the mirror and he's being honest, like we talked about earlier. He's self-scouting. He's understanding what they're doing well, what they're not doing well, and he's just helping his guys look better. And I know you guys said the offensive line played great, but I got to give a little bit of credit to that, to Canales. He schemes around them. Yes. Baker Mayfield, when he does those bootlegs, that's not because he thinks Baker Mayfield's going to be a better playmaker out of the pocket. That's to help his offensive line. That buys time for all those guys. The eye candy helps the offensive line. When you have a linebacker flat-footed waiting to see what's going to happen, helps the offensive line.
Sammer, they had the Saints had to call a timeout on defense because they didn't know where to line up.
No, it's because he moved Gadecki next to Tristan Wirfs.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's doing subtle things like that where they come out of the huddle and all go to one side and then flip to the other side real quick, and the defense line's like, "What's my responsibility?" Just little shit like that. That's a different type of gamesmanship and planning right there.
He also had them running out of the huddle at times and just rushing to the line of scrimmage to try to get them kind of off guard on their heels, and they ended up having to call timeout one play because of that as well. And then other times they were getting their matchups, boom, boom, easy first down, and kind of like playing with a little bit more sense of urgency, a little bit of what you used to see with Seattle. Like you see so many parallels to that team. And remember, Latte, when we first hired this guy, what did I tell you? I called you immediately. I was driving. I remember this like it was yesterday. I said, hey, there was a team in Seattle that was supposed to get the number 1 pick. They had a quarterback that nobody wanted. They had an offensive line that everybody laughed at. And there was one guy there who was there during that entire turnaround. His name was Dave Canales. And this team looks almost exactly the same, with the exception of a much better
remember
defense.
that call. You called me, you guys like, there's this hot coach in Seattle.
Oh, he's hot.
Who I hope comes here. And
He is. Listen. Tom is a model, and Tom Brady left. Canales, I would argue, has just as nice a fucking jawline. I mean, that guy's put together.
Canales has meat on him, bro.
He's fucking jacked too, bro.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Brady at one point was the pinnacle, right? But now he looks like a skeleton. He's got skin. And he's got like no meat on it.
Doesn't look healthy.
I feel like you and Canales would get along, bro. Because you know what? He jogs around the stadium before the game.
Hey, I heard him clap.
Takes a jog.
I heard him clap. When me and him shook hands, it sounded like me clapping against my own hand, right? That's what I knew right then and there,
bro. Right? I'm a barber, bro. I got strong hands. I got big old meat hands. I'm a big fucking dude, bro. He shook my hand.
You are a meaty guy.
And Stank was there, bro. He heard it was like, I heard my hand crack. I was like, God damn,
okay.
Whoa, easy.
Couldn't believe how big his hands.
It was a clap. I chest bumped him. Nipples matched up, and I was like, whoosh. Something was electric there, bro. I knew something was going on.
Chemistry going on there.
Oh, my God. Hey. I don't think I've ever had nipple-on-nipple action like that, man.
I gotta say,
when I shook Dave Canales' hands at training camp, it was like I had a infant hand and he had Shaq's hand. My hand completely got engulfed in his hand.
Yeah, you had that.
Like, where's my hand?
You had that hand going on from that movie.
Strong hand. It's my strong hand.
Yeah.
You something about Mary?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. The first time I saw him right then in the facility when we were about to walk on the field, and he
took your breath away.
He came over to talk about. No, it was like the first time I heard the Beatles.
Really?
It was.
Wow.
It was something that I will never forget. And Bill Byer says, I bet money that Baker could beat Cam Jordan in a street fight. You know what? I agree, because Cam's a bitch. He tried to go low on him, and his teammate tried to go high. And you still fucking, you piece of shit, motherfucker.
Listen. It's not just that he's a bit. It has to do more with Baker. Baker is a freaking dog, man. This guy is a junkyard dog. Competitive nature through the freaking roof. He's got Michael Jordan type juices when it comes to that. And his what does BA used to say? His give a shit meter through the freaking roof, dude. It's running hot all the time. It's crazy. That guy in a locker room, those guys believe in him. I don't care who's not wearing a C on their chest. That dude is the unequivocal leader on that team right now. He is the guy. He's the guy. Everyone knows it. They all go. They can't wait to fight for him. They can't wait to fight for Canales. And you know what? Everybody who said Todd Bowles is on a hot seat, Todd Bowles is laughing right now because he's not on a hot seat.
Hey, just like we don't need any rivalries, we don't need any captains either. We don't need them. Throw all the labels out. This team doesn't need any of that.
They're all leaders. They're all captains.
Leaders. We're all captains. Hey, Peligi just tested me. He meant to send it in the chat, but he texted to me on accident because he's watching on his phone. He said, I bet Canales eats an Italian. You could tell every night.
No doubt about it, bro. Dude. Hey, that guy eats whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants.
He's one of those Italians. He's one of those guys that eats with their hands, too. You know, you can tell he's getting in there. He's getting nitty-gritty.
Talks with his hands, too.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you heard it. We shook hands. It clapped. It resonated through the entire training camp. Everyone stopped. What the hell was that? They almost called, they almost thought there was like one of those shooting drills going on. It was amazing. The guy's got the energy. The guy's got the moxie. I love that word, man.
I hate that word.
Our thing.
Love
that word. That word.
Moxie.
No, because Friday Night Lights, he's got moxie. I love it.
Moxie.
And that guy's last name in the movie is Mox. It's just fucking amazing.
I like it. Hey,
I was
mad at this bye week.
Baker Moxiefield. Baker Moxiefield.
Hey, I don't want your life, Dad. I don't want your life. I don't want to play quarterback.
Hey, boys, listen.
Hey, no, I gotta say one more thing. Sam.
I was gonna say I was mad at this bye week, but I'm not right now. I'm glad we're gonna get healthy.
I literally just said I'm gonna say one thing, and then Sam, and then you gotta say something. What the fuck?
You cut me off.
What the fuck's going on?
You cut me off.
I have to point something out that none of us talked about. Not in the chat. Not anyone on this panel. Not anyone on Twitter. Nobody. But so far, 3 out of 4 games, you've ended in the best formation in football. Shout out to Jake Arians. The best formation, boys. We have ended controlling the fucking, what was it? Like a 6-minute drive in fucking Minnesota? Was it like 9 minutes against the Bears? And then
game ends with the ball in our hands. Game ends with the ball in our hands.
All 3 times told. The game ends with the ball in our fucking hands, boys. That's control. That's control. That's mental control, physical control. I mean, that's pretty fucked up when you think you're the big brother and Baker's like, it's going to end in our hands. you bitch ass Saints, and it did.
And you know what?
You could see the Saints players on Twitter like, you know what? We're gonna take this one on the trend. We got to come back and play harder.
Oh, shut
we broke them. We broke that team. It's over.
Not only that, man. You know what remind me of? People who say Baker was never in this Bucs versus Saints the first year, obviously, and he embraced it. He understood exactly what the assignment was this week. He approached it. No coincidence, by the way. Of this week, it's OU versus Texas. Massive game there. He approached it like that. This guy lived for rivalry games in college. He understood the assignment. He lived for the rivalry of the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Browns. He understood the assignment, went in there and said, you know what? I don't lose these games. You guys may have lost before I got here, but I don't lose these games. Follow me. Let's go.
He almost laughed at it. He's like, yeah, I heard about it. Yeah, they were talking a little junk. He was just like,
he was laughing on the field.
No.
He was like, I've never lost to this team. Neither is my head coach, by the way, who's 3-1 against this team as a head coach. He said, what rivalries? I almost heard him say. He was like, he's not about a rivalry here.
He's not 3-1. He's 3-0 against the Saints, sir.
That's why I said 3-0.
Oh, they
said 3-1? No, he's undefeated.
Yeah, well, you said he's undefeated. He's 3-1. That's what you said.
Yeah, you did say 3-1, but it's okay.
No, I didn't say that.
You have been. I mean, I know you're never on your game, but today you've been just absolutely terrible.
Why? Why do you say that, dude? I think this is one of my better performances. If I had to self-critique, if I had to do what Dave Canales does and just take self-notes, this is actually pretty good.
Hey, speaking of which,
you don't do what me and Sam do. I will go back and watch tape and then make corrections. You just don't give a fuck. You fly off the seat of your pants, which is why you're not prepared. Jameis,
I'm gonna tell you right now,
this podcast.
You're
and you throw interceptions all the goddamn time. All the fucking time. By the way, there's 205 people. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There's 205 people in here right now, Sammer. 205. And I'm going to make a fucking promise to you, 205 people, because I was reminded, because I saw Tom in the fucking chat, we're going to get the phone line fixed. No more of this Fidel Castro bullshit from fucking Bleacher Report, Sammer. It's different. He doesn't curse anymore. It isn't all calls.
I curse? What are you talking about?
I don't like it. So
no.
We got to fix the line. We got to fix the line.
Not only did you not curse once on this entire show. Hey, Latte, not only did Sammer not curse once this entire show, he did like half curse words.
He did.
He's like, that bit, and then mother.
I didn't say that. No, I did that last night. Yeah, I did that last night. Last night I did. 100%.
Said, fuck the Saints. He was like,
today I said stink. Today I said stink.
You stink.
Yeah, I said stink. Damn it.
Listen, unlike the loose cannons, the Buccaneers, we do take calls on my show. And if somebody really has something to say, they want to get something off the chest, I just put the number in the chat room. Call that number, 813-444-6088. Leave me a voicemail. This week we're gonna get a Buccaneers show. Last week I don't know what happened, and one of them had to.
Sammer, can I ask you a question, Sammer?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
How old is this fucking old fuck? Who this bald old? Did he just say chat room? What the fuck is a chat room?
What do you mean? That is a chat room.
This isn't a chat room. This is a live chat in a fucking podcast.
In the chat. Yeah, this is not AOL chat room.
Messenger, the chat room.
You know what? Here's what's funny, and I'll end the show on this. Stank, I've always wondered, like, when I first met you, you reminded me of something, and now you look like those dudes at the public libraries who sat in those Yahoo chat rooms. And I'm willing to bet that you've once or twice or maybe 100 times done so at a public library. Am I right or wrong on that? Because you look just like those dudes.
If you're insinuating that me and my Jewish heritage would actually spend money on a online with a person of doing sexual things,
no, that's not what I said. That's not
something like that. You think I would spend my own hard-earned money?
I said Yahoo chat rooms. What does that have to do with money?
I don't know what you're insinuating.
I did find it kind of awkward, Sammer, that the first time Stank texted me, he texted age, sex, pick, and I was like, wait, what? This is
he hit me up with
AOL shit, bro.
He hit me with the ASL. He hit me with ASL question mark. I was like, what? Who is this? And then he's like, can I please do a podcast with you? I said, dude, stop. Just leave me alone. I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
Can I please do a podcast?
That's why I say hi to everybody.
Hey, you know what I like? Listen. Last couple of years, we had the Boston fans who hopped in on the bandwagon following Tom Brady, and we couldn't stand them. A lot of them, I'd say 99% of them, can't stand them. But how about these people, these Boomer Sooners, bro? These Baker
Hey,
Baker
I
Bros.
like these people.
I like.
I freaking love these guys, dude.
Who's
They
the
come in
name of
here.
that one girl, Sammer? That one girl that started following us. We got a bunch of followers. She's fucking awesome, dude. I follow her. What
and
said
she
the other day-
curses like a
She
freaking
did.
sailor.
She put. That's what I was gonna say. She put a tweet out. She was like, somebody was like, "I'm unfollowing you. I don't appreciate this language." She was like, "Fuck off." I was like,
Yeah. Dude. Someone left a comment in the chat. It said, Boomer Sooner, OU fans love Baker. Bucs now my favorite team. Hey, Boomer Sooner fans, Baker Bros, all of you, come on down, dude.
Come on down.
This bandwagon and this pirate ship is 1,000% made for those people, man. They are absolutely like us, and they're not
like us. Yeah,
they're not leaving. Once they get in here, that's it. They're in, dude. They're gonna be hooked. And you know what? A guy made a comment yesterday on part of the announcing crew in the game. Baker Mayfield might be playing for the next 10 years as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
yeah. I also saw Greg DeCruz put on there. You said jump on the ship, jump on the bandwagon ship. You said that's what you said, right, Sammer? I saw Greg DeCruz earlier. Shout out to him. He said the last two teams the Bakers play for have won the Super Bowl and have been the representative to win the Super Bowl from the NFC, the Rams and the Buccaneers. Just saying, get your boat shoes ready, get your water shoes ready. If you wear water shoes, that
guy doesn't. That guy down there doesn't.
Boat parade again. I'm just saying.
Wow, dude, Baker
His
at a
last
boat
two
parade,
teams.
bro. Hey,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No offense to Baker, but you know damn well he's not even going to be able to like walk off of the boat if we have a boat parade. He's going to need a team of guys to just literally lift him up like Weekend at Uncle Bernie's style. Like that's how it's going to have to happen.
I'll tell you right now, Sammer.
I can see Tristan Wirfs carrying him on his shoulder.
Tristan Wirfs. Trask is not built to fucking be like Griffin and hold up. He's not built for that.
No. You don't want him to do that because what's more likely going to happen if Trask is holding you up, it might slip. You lose grip of the ball, and then next thing you know, you got Baker falling, drunk, passed out, might die. Can't have him do that.
We all saw how Kyle was going to smash you. All right, you were this little old dude, and Kyle was this huge monster.
You know what's hilarious? Listen, you know what's hilarious?
What you say about Kyle Trask?
You know what's hilarious to me is he is a massive human being, but when I spoke to him, you could sense that like he just had no no bark, no bite. I'm just saying. Hey, listen, I don't care what you said before the season. He's not starting after the bye, so it doesn't matter.
Sammer, all you gotta know is this, bro. All you gotta know is this. On that beautiful clip of our best friend.
Look in the background.
The Brown Connection best friend, not him. This whatever doesn't have his phone number, but our beautiful GM is literally telling Lattimore, "Fuck you, you little bitch," and they're in the background. What did they used to call Jason Garrett over in Dallas? Coach Clap, because he's always clapping. In the background, you see Trask.
Dude, he's such a good teammate, bro. I cannot emphasize enough how good he is at clapping on the sidelines.
Coach Clap.
Kyle Trask in his absolute bag, just clapping,
bro.
As a teammate, what a guy, dude.
We wouldn't be here right now without Kyle. He pushed Baker. All right, he pushed him to where Baker had to bring his levels up.
That's the funniest shit I've ever heard.
True.
That's like saying I am this good at basketball because I've always been playing against my younger brother who's 6 years younger than me, and I've been practicing these layups against him, and I want to credit him. Don't take it from me.
That's exactly what Baker said.
Oh,
Kyle
shit.
It's not. Hey, anyway, thank you, everybody. Can I express how thankful we are for all the super chats, especially B-Shucks. No offense to everybody else, and PMP, obviously, but can't express the gratitude we have for all of you watching us, the likes. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to slam the bell icon so that you don't miss any of the shows and all the content that we're going to be throwing at you throughout the season and throughout the week. I mean, we drop something every single day on our channel, which will soon be rebranded as the Loose Cannons Network. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Same link and all that stuff will still apply, obviously.
I'll put my dick on the table. It's the bye week. You guys are going to get my wing recipe. On this,
Sammer, did we give away that jersey?
On this YouTube channel.
Hey, there is a jersey giveaway in the works, but I can't give it away until we hit 4,500 subs. That's the rule. We're, I think, just under 300 away. So spread the word. Share our channel with all of your friends, with more of those Boomer Sooners and all of those Baker Bros and more Bucs fans who may or may not know about us. Hit that subscribe button and get on our Twitter and follow us and retweet and do all that stuff to get a chance at the signed Warren Sapp creamsicle jersey. This thing is absolutely beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
It's beautiful, right?
It really is.
But I can't give it away until we hit 4,500 subs. So you got to spread the word, get our sub numbers up, and one of you lucky fans is going to get that jersey. And listen, every retweet is another entry into the raffle. So the more you retweet, the better chances are you're going to. I mean, there's somebody out there doing it like every day.
Retweet that link at the end of the show. If you could retweet that link after, and I'll retweet it out for those of you who are new who want to get in on this jersey. Do it now. I also have one more favor to ask you guys. If you could, right now or right after the show, not in the show chat, but in the comment section, just give me a fuck the Saints. Can you do that for me? Can you go into the comment section of the YouTube channel of this show and just put fuck the Saints? That's all I want. Simple as that. I would appreciate it. Make me feel good inside. I love you. I love all of you guys.
And before I forget, on our way out here, it's Victory Monday. And so when the Bucs win, you win. Use the code Victory Monday on loosecannonsmerch.com and save 15% on anything on our site. We've got a ton of cool t-shirts, a few Baker-related shirts. We got a brand new Victory Monday shirt. And we got a ton of cool stuff. We have another shirt that's in the works as well, so you might want to wait maybe a few hours before I drop that. But either way, Victory Monday code 15% off on loosecannonsmerch.com. Hey, boys, we're 3-1. Quarter of the season done. Bucs look like they are the team. The NFC South Championship will run through us. Mm-hmm. We're on a freaking roll. Bye week coming up. Hey, you guys enjoy the bye week. All right? Get healthy. Lattes stink.
I'm going to end it like this.
We're executing. That's one thing. But when you constantly pull the same dumb shit, it's obviously not working. When you're still pulling the dumb shit, what the fuck are you doing?
Cheers, boys.
It starts with the offense. 26-9. We only put up field goals. Locked down.